With so many devices and social media platforms available, it can be a challenge to connect with your leads and potential customers effectively. This is where GetZot Connector app comes in. With our all-in-one marketing solution, you can engage with your leads on any device and through various channels quickly and easily. Let's take a closer look at how GetZot Connector can help you connect with your customers, improve response rates, and grow your business. GetZot Connector is a full-featured mobile app that connects you with your leads and customers through various channels like Phone Connect, voicemail drops, SMS, MMS, emails, and Facebook Messenger. This means you can engage with them on any device and through multiple channels, which is essential to effectively reach your audience in today's digital landscape. One of the best things about GetZot Connector is that it allows you to create multi-channel campaigns that are tailored to the specific needs of each subscriber. Your own AI bot to easily craft messages that resonate with your audience and increase response rates. Whether it's using Phone Connect to follow up with a lead, sending a personalized text message or email, or chatting with your customers on Facebook Messenger, GetZot Connector makes it easy to connect with your audience on multiple fronts. GetZot Connector also includes powerful data analysis tools that help you track user engagement, measure how your campaigns are performing, and get insights on what content resonates with your audience. This gives you the valuable data you need to tweak your campaigns so that they're even more effective in the future. Some common questions and objections we hear about GetZot Connector include: Question: Is it easy to use? GetZot Connector is designed with ease of use in mind. Our app is user-friendly and intuitive, and our team is always available to help with any questions you may have. Question: Is GetZot Connector expensive? Our pricing plans are reasonable and flexible, making it easy for businesses of all sizes to use our platform. Question: Do I need any technical skills to use GetZot Connector? Not at all. Our platform is designed to be simple and easy to use, even for those without any technical skills. In today's fast-paced digital world, it's more important than ever to connect with your audience on multiple devices and through multiple channels. With GetZot Connector, you can engage with your leads and customers on any device, whether it's through Phone Connect, voicemail drops, SMS, MMS, emails, or Facebook Messenger. This means you can offer a personalized, tailored experience that resonates with your audience, increasing response rates and help you grow your business. If you haven't already, sign up today and start creating powerful multi-channel campaigns with ease.
Are you missing calls from customers? Missed call text back is the perfect solution for busy business owners who can't always answer their phone quickly. We'll instantly text back a response to anyone who has called and received no answer, so you don't lose out on potential leads or customer inquiries. With our service, you'll never have to worry again about valuable leads slipping through your fingers. All of your missed calls will get an immediate response, meaning more conversions and higher customer retention rates. Plus, this automated process takes no time at all for you. Just turn it on and forget about it. Sign up now to start using missed call text back today.
Reach your leads anywhere, anytime with GetZot Connector. As a marketer, you're always looking for new and innovative ways to reach your audience. However, with so many devices and social media platforms available, it can be a challenge to connect with your leads and potential customers effectively. This is where GetZot Connector app comes in.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening to the Voice of the People. King Jab is the Voice of the People. WJM 99.1 FM, Carafesta Radio 99 Jams the Berg. Call in and join us 727-637-2416 in the studio, live and in effect with the Dream Maker on the ones and twos and King Jab with the mic. King Jab, what you got for us today?
Man, we up in here. Ooh, I'm
Yes,
super
sir.
loud. Level me out, brother.
I got
I'm
you.
loud, loud. Hey, good morning, man. How y'all doing, Tampa Bay? We up in here, man. I'm super excited. My brother dropped one of these cigars on me today,
Yes,
man. Then he showed me the price of it. So, man, I'm gonna be in the garage. I think I'm gonna go sit with my father-in-law, man, and bust down this cigar, man. But I really appreciate it.
Anytime,
And
big brother, anytime.
and
You
it
know,
really made me feel
Bro,
good.
I was thinking about you, man, when we came back from overseas. We often make these trips in and out of the country. So I was
Mhm.
thinking about you. I said, what can I bring back my brother with some value, and that he might be able to enjoy over a long conversation, a nice cup of coffee, and a good opportunity to fellowship. I said, man, nothing goes better than a Cohiba, definitely, which is one of the finest Cuban cigars they make, and the Behike 56, a very limited edition, amazing cigar, and one that I definitely had to give to my big brother, King Jab.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. So I'm waiting on my Shea by La Fortier because I'm gonna make a Shea by La Fortier old fashioned.
Okay, all
You know
right,
what I mean? I'm
okay.
waiting on him. So yeah, don't steal my idea, man. I shouldn't even say. Shouldn't even put that one out there, man.
Right on, right
Hey,
on.
before we go to sports, right? Are you ready for sports?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I want to make an announcement before we go to sports, y'all. We're gonna get the show moving. 99 Jams, we got a spring marathon going on. So the 99 Jams radio station has launched this special spring marathon for this year. We're calling on all our supporters, sponsors, family, and friends to make a donation for this special marathon. Help us reach our goal of $10,000. I'm gonna stop right there. I was doing some numbers, right?
Mhm.
That's what 1,000 people giving $10.
That's it.
It's that easy, y'all. The marathon will run until April 30th. Help us keep the radio station running and your favorite radio programs on the air. That is 99 Jam Special Spring Marathon. And from now until April 30th, if you donate, you receive a CD of your favorite show on demand. So that you can go back through my archives,
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
That's it.
Or you can go back because the Breakfast Club actually had a very good interview with Beanie Man.
Right on.
I was there.
You know what I mean? So yeah, and for donations, man, 727-637-2416 or 813-419-2035. And that's 99 Jams the Bird. And I want y'all to understand before we go into to sports, this is community radio, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And all of your favorite people that you listen to on this air, like we're not getting a salary yet. We're not at that standpoint.
Mhm.
I know other radio stations do, but we're not there yet. We're trying to build that.
Yes, sir.
But being that this is a community radio, we need the community assistance, and we not only need the assistance of our listeners, our community business owners.
Yes, most
Oh my
definitely.
It's so affordable for you to underwrite one of these programs, sponsor one of these segments. Book of the Day is sponsored by the Barbershop Book Club.
Right on.
So let's just get active, y'all, and let's get some money in here so Mr. J can call and say, King Job, I got a check for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and please understand that this show represents something that you're not finding on other shows. You're not finding this in other media outlets, and that is your voice being echoed. Your voice comes through an echo chamber and is projected again by King Jab and the staff and the crew and the team that rise with Voice of the People and the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and that is your concerns. This is your voice. This is your station. He is your representative because he is the voice of not himself, not of his own experience, but he's the voice of the people. So make sure that you put your money where your interests are.
Yeah, man. what, $10, 1,000 people.
That's it.
I'm gonna make my donation, man. I'm gonna make a donation, y'all.
Right
I'm
on.
gonna
Right on.
donate. I wanna. Man, let's go to sports. Let's keep it moving.
All right.
We got a lot to unpack. We ain't just go around with it.
We got a lot of sports, man. It's basketball season.
It is.
We got the Final Four for the NCAA, men's and women's. So for men's, we got NC State, Purdue, Alabama, and UConn. UConn right now is 11.5-point favorites to win the entire thing. And
Over Purdue?
over
So
over
you
Purdue.
said who is that? UConn?
UConn, yeah.
So I take the field.
So
I'm taking. I don't know what the under.
If I can get 11.5 points versus any of them teams they playing, I take the field.
Right. I don't know who the overall
I can
underdog
put
is.
that bet in there.
But we got to ride with the black and gold, bro. We definitely got
Yeah,
to
oh
ride
my
with
God,
got to
man.
ride with Purdue
We
Boilermakers,
gotta-
man. New home of Shamar Wrigley.
shout out.
Shout out. So yeah, we got to roll with Purdue, man.
Hey man, I'm an alumni.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, you got King Jam
Yeah.
over here, West Lafayette.
I got my pest control certification from Purdue University.
Yeah,
So,
the Terre Haute campus.
mhm.
Yeah.
So what else we got, man? Men's sports?
Not just men's sports too.
I really like. Okay, so real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, bro.
No, that's cool.
Why I'm more interested in the women's, man?
Man,
Bracket
because of
in the
number
men.
22, Caitlin Clark, man.
Okay.
Oh,
Killer
Man, let me
K.
tell you about Caitlin Clark. So the last game, it was Monday against LSU. 40 minutes, 41.7 rebounds,
and her assist game was ridiculous.
12 assists. She can do everything, man. Because she got 2 steals and 1 block. Hey, she can do everything on the court, man.
I watched the game. I think that she brought on not since Kobe.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nobody going there with like, man, you know what, bro? Y'all got me last time, but don't even worry about. I don't even care how y'all finna play it, man. I don't even worry about it. And her supporting cast.
That whole Iowa team.
Yeah. But then I was shocked to see USC lost.
Yeah.
So South Carolina still in it? What's the bracket?
So South Carolina plays NC State, and Iowa plays UConn. So UConn's in the men's and the women's.
Come on, man. You know that's a program.
Oh my
Yeah.
You know
Always
they're building
been.
that program. And they always been.
And that
shout
hurts
out,
me to say as a USF fan.
and shout out to Kobe Bryant, because I don't know if Connecticut's they would have the resources. I know they always had a good squad, but I don't know if they would have the resources that they have now had the Mamba not invested so heavily when he thought that his daughter was going to be able to matriculate into UConn.
Mhm.
In fact, UConn plays with the Kobe's that haven't come out yet. I think the Kobe's that they play with come out in the fall. And they're actually playing with them now. Yeah, Kobe Bryant, man, really helped to build that program. Shout out to the Mamba. Shout out to Kobe, man.
And they have a very real chance of repeating, which once again hurts me to say as a USF fan.
Who UConn?
Yeah.
Hey,
Connecticut got a squad.
man, while we talking basketball, I was when I was at the City Hall event, when they gave my nephew the key to the city, Gibbs basketball team was in there.
Right on. Shout out to
Yeah.
Gibbs, man.
Well, you know they got a 7-footer over there.
Yeah.
True 7-footer.
Mhm.
And they ain't no seniors on the team. It's not
No
Yeah.
seniors?
no. All of them still underclassmen. Last year, when they made their push in the state, they was mostly freshmen, sophomores. So
And the recipe that the coach is using there, really the recipe that comes down all the way down from Barry Brown.
Mhm.
One of the principles that we stand for and stood for with the voice of the people when other individuals was trying to tear Mr. Brown down. The voice of the people stood behind Mr. Brown academically and throughout as an administrator at Gibbs High School. But he got him one. He got him one now. And they got a really good program and formula for success. They're keeping them together.
key word, they're keeping them because you know the vultures are out there. They're
Yes, sir.
recruiting his players.
Come on.
And
Yeah.
just the fact that he keeping the team together
Mhm.
deserves an accolade. Anything else with Sports Dream?
Man, you know what? While we're on the topic of basketball, so I don't know if you're able to tell, but I recently just got a haircut. And
Okay.
when you go to the barbershop, there's always one conversation that you hear be lingering around. Hey, you know LeBron better than Jordan, right? And then the whole everything erupts in violent chaos. Everybody arguing with each other. But I think that I personally think it's an unfair question because the different eras that they grew up that they were in. What's the name? LeBron got drafted in 06 and Jordan got drafted in 89, I think.
85.
85. Jordan got drafted in 85. But I just wanted to briefly touch that with y'all, like the different eras that basketball is in. Because right now we're seeing a completely new era from even what it was like 10 years ago when Steph and LeBron were playing in the finals every year. So I just wanted to briefly touch on the eras that we grew up in. Because
I first of all, before we go to the eras,
yeah,
I dislike the fact that us as black people always got to compare our greats.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We don't hear white people talking about Elvis was better than
Buddy Holly.
you don't hear that. This is not an argument in their barbershops. You don't hear them comparing their great athletes.
Yes.
You don't hear them comparing their great artists, music artists. I feel like we if there is no comparison.
that's what
Like I don't think we can fairly put Kobe, LeBron, or Michael Jordan up to any comparison. You know what I mean? So like, but
I'm with you on that one.
far as the eras,
Yes, sir. Come on, King Jab.
far as the era of basketball, I do think LeBron is one of the few players that could have played in our era.
Mm.
Yeah,
And what's that?
I think that too.
But King Jab, what is your era? What would you identify as your
Hey,
era
man,
of
listen.
basketball?
Bro, I was
And who's the
I
squad?
was 90
Who you roll
in
with?
LA at the Great Western Forum
Uh-oh.
watching
Oh,
Magic.
There it is.
and
I knew it was coming.
I done seen Magic and Kobe play in the Forum before they left the Forum.
Right on.
When I say I'm a fan of a team, I usually been there.
Mm-hmm.
That was my era. That's that my I was more of a Kobe fan than a Jordan fan. I like the Jordans. They didn't come as dislike. Like I said, it wasn't no comparison.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'll watch Kobe if he playing. I'm gonna watch Jordan if he playing. There's no comparison.
Coldest Kobe moment for you.
Oh, man.
When you said, man, this dude is something else, man. And he left a
Hey.
lot of people. He did it a lot. So
He
but-
did that a lot.
Man, I think that's unfair. That's unfair. That's unfair. Yes, I don't even want to answer that. I think the coldest Kobe era
Mhm.
is when him and Shaq really started vibing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, bro, you couldn't. It was ugly, bro.
which hurt me personally because I was all the from LSU when I watched him get 22 block shots in one game
Mm-hmm.
to when he went to the Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I was the world's biggest Shaquille O'Neal fan, man. I bought the Shaqs when they were made by Reebok. So I bought the Shaqs. One of my greatest gifts my father gave me a pair of Shaqs and then wrote on the inside, he said, to the best son a man could ever want. Man, I wore them. I love them Shaqs. And when Shaq went out west, man, that broke my heart in a thousand pieces.
Oh,
It
man.
shattered me. It shattered my love for sure. When he walked through the door. Through the door. Right? He shattered my heart for sure.
Oh, man.
All we have now are memories. Right? Earthache, heartache,
Oh, man.
headache. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that my era was Nick Anderson, Penny Hardaway, Horace Grant, Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh,
Unfortunately, Tree Rollins. Yeah, even Tree Rollins. And losing to Rick Smits in the dang on finals for the Indiana Pacers, who I absolutely hated growing up. Reggie
Was
Miller.
was it because of Larry Bird?
It was because of Reggie Miller. Remember not Jab. Did you hear my son? Look, he's 18,
Hey,
y'all.
listen.
He's
Let me tell you
18,
something
so-
about Reggie Miller, dog. Let me get you some, and we go get off. Let me tell you something about Reggie Miller, bro.
Yo,
There's nobody more
antagonizing.
antagonizing and ugly as a mixture. It's like
because I mostly know Reggie Miller like through sports broadcasting and
No,
stuff. I didn't
man.
grow up with.
No, see, we grew up with him,
I
man.
didn't grow up with Indiana Reggie Miller.
Oh my God.
I didn't grow up with the. I didn't grow up with the choking.
With the choke?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
And well, bro, listen. And even I know Steph Curry has eclipsed all of the records.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, I think Steph will tell you right now, what he didn't moniker after his dad, he monikered after Reggie Miller, bro, because that was the original sniper, bro.
Man,
anyway, I don't care nothing about that, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't got no spot out here, man.
He had that cross hand shot, you know, that he would do, man, and he was clutch.
Mm-hmm.
He was so clutch. Now I'm gonna have to argue with that one about ugly and antagonizing because Sam. Why do we all say the same time?
Hey, listen, them two cats look like they could have locked up at the mile like pit bulls.
Man, that's funny because like the sniper when I was growing up was Ray Allen. Man,
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Come
on, Ray was
Ray,
sick, man.
Yeah, Ray, because okay. So when LeBron went to Miami, I couldn't have been a bigger Miami fan at the time because I didn't really like I hated the Cavaliers for some reason. I just didn't like them.
Because they're from Cleveland.
Yeah, you're right. But when he went down with Dwayne Wade and stuff, and Heat Mania was everywhere. They had one, and I also hated the Spurs too. But when they had gone in a white hot season, they had torn everything up. Ray Allen hitting that game-winning shot. Man, you couldn't hear. Ray Allen was the king of Florida.
Jesus Shuttlesworth was clutch, man.
Oh, yeah.
He was absolutely clutch. He was clutch. But growing up, the team to hate was the team I actually liked. I used to like the Boston Celtics, man. I actually liked the Boston Celtics. And the face. So we got a cold Lakers fan, right? Mm-hmm. So, but he looked at me. But I like the way that they were able to just be everybody's problem.
Yeah, and just be all right with it.
Yeah, and just be all right with it. I like Larry Bird. He was one of my favorite players, man. Larry Bird was ridiculous. He was outrageously clutch, and he talked more trash than anybody, man. He was nasty.
Yeah,
I was listening to an interview where Larry Bird said he was going off on Detroit, talking about, man, listen, why y'all got this white boy out here defending me?
Man, I saw that, man.
I'm like, yo, he's like, y'all disrespectful, man.
Hey, King Jab, I know you want to transition, but please tell us, how good was Magic Johnson for the generations who haven't been able to watch Earvin Magic Johnson when he was on the floor with the Showtime Lakers in the Forum? How good was Magic Johnson, man?
It was like, man, I think Magic was kind of like a Harlem Globetrotter.
That's the truth.
Because that was the truth. Like, okay, we was talking about Draymond, and Magic was like a 10K Draymond because I can play every position. I'm gonna play guard to center.
Yeah,
nobody was doing that. Magic was, man. He was, bro. It was okay. It was like he was really like one of the first kind of really celebritized basketball players.
True. The smile.
That, you know what I mean? Like they put the brand behind him. You know what I mean? And it was amazing. Like he really was Showtime, bro. Watching him ball, and I'm not really a big basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm football all day, boxing before that. Nobody know that. Yeah, man. I think Magic was just the first generational from the front to the back. I could play all positions, and that's what and how the coaches used him because like he wasn't used like that at Michigan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But before we transition, I did have this conversation.
What's up
about Draymond?
Okay, I
said, you know what? I think Draymond do this because he ain't never played with Dennis Rodman.
Yo, hey, listen. Boy, that's a good point.
Yeah.
King Jab, that's a good point. Because if you think about it, man, that makes us think. If Draymond had to play, right, with Dennis Rodman, with Bill Laimbeer,
Karl
Malone,
man, you ain't
Kevin
down
McHale,
there in that paint doing all that.
Come on, man. Could you imagine?
Somebody will slap the
George McInnes. If he had to play with just them nasty dogs, Moses Malone back in the day.
Man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Bernard
Isaiah
King.
Thomas.
Bernard King.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Draymond trying to go down there playing a bullet game with them dudes?
Yeah. Ain't no comparison, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Book of the day.
Kevin
Book of the day.
Duckworth.
You got any more for us, bro? We done.
Man, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. We're going to transition to the book of the day. The book of the day is brought to you by the Barbershop Book Club. And you know what? We got to transition because the Barbershop Book Club just transitioned their name into another entity.
What's up?
Because, and I seen the vision from, shout out to my brother Antonio Brown.
Yes, sir.
Because he bringing the vision outside of the barbershops. We attacking at all angles now. We ain't gonna just confine into the box of the barbershop. Right. So I'm gonna get the new name because he need to give us a new donation. So go on to the book.
Shout out again, Antonio Brown. Shout out to the what was the Barbershop Book Club. We definitely gonna get it on. Thank you so very much for sponsoring this portion of the show. So today is April 4th, 2024. 56 years ago, the world lost an iconic leader in an individual named the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis, Tennessee on April the 4th, 1968. The way history sometimes is packaged, there are eras and people who exist in eras who are extracted from the meaningfulness of the era. We often get the civil rights, quote unquote, movement happen from roughly the late 1940s at the earliest throughout the 1960s. And then you have the progressive movement, particularly of American Africans, quote unquote, black people, from the 1970s into the 1990s, where they usually do a hard cutoff and try to bring in a quote unquote gangster culture that they invented in Hollywood and they invented in music studios. And they try to portray that and parlay that off as if it is culture. To say that somehow there was a falling away, a slipping from the grasp of history. Well, when you do that, you eliminate the things that were happening, the movements and the leaders and the individuals who gave a voice to generation between the 1970s and the early 2000s. Well, one of those individuals is a spotlight of our book of the day. The book of the day is The Book of Khalid by attorney Malik Zulu Shahbaz, Esquire, and forward by Farrah Gray. Farrah Gray's birth name was Farrakhan Khalid Muhammad. He's the son of the minister Khalid Abdul Muhammad. The book of the day is a biography. It is a chronology, but more than anything, it's an opportunity for the story of one of the greatest orators of our generations between the 1970s and the 1990s or early 2000s, and that was the alliterative oratory and rhetorical master, Khalid Abdul Muhammad, the first person to become condemned by the United States Congress for his speech. Now, whatever you think of what Minister Khalid Abdul Muhammad had to say, whatever you think about his choice of words, whatever type of casting that you try to put him in, what you cannot call him is non-influential. Minister Khalid Abdul Muhammad was the voice that gave us Public Enemy, that gave us Paris, that gave us a lot of the early Cam, right? A lot of the early Fugees. Mm-hmm. Even you heard this, and you heard his voice in Naughty by Nature. You heard his voice in Shaq Fu. You heard his voice throughout a generation of people who went unheard, and that was the urban youth of Black America who needed a champion. And Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad was, and I'll venture to say, is that champion. Read about his life from when Harold Moore used to stand outside of his foster home and preach to the cars coming by in Texas, to the individual who was shot in LA by a man named James Best, who still walks this street every day, to an individual who rose to the top underneath the ranks of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and then became the leader of the new Black Panther Party and was mysteriously assassinated. Yes, I said it, assassinated in his home around the beginning of the 21st century. Please read, study, and learn this man and the book of the Khalid The Book of Khaled. Really, he should be the Khaled. He's the only one really for us. But the Book of Khaled tells that story. Whatever Khaled was, he was ours. And we need to make sure that we understand that. And that's the book of the day.
Is Khaled gone or he's still here?
Khaled was killed in 2001. But you see
So
how
this was the
Forever Young.
Let me
Go ahead.
Let me see if I can put this in a visual aspect for the listener.
Yes, sir.
This was the bald head black man with the bow tie you be talking as.
Yes, sir. Still does.
I think he was one. They ain't even let him on the internet.
When our brother James Byrd
Very controversial. I seen him eat somebody. I think he was over there in Europe. That video when he was over there in Europe.
That's all he does.
And it was over. And it was oh yeah.
That's all he did.
Oh yeah.
When our brother James Byrd was killed in Vida, Texas, and it was considered a town that black people weren't even allowed to come in. It was Khaled that rolled in with AKs and AR-15s and SKSs and literally, if you watch the video, literally made the Klan run. They were running in hard bottoms and slacks, trying to get away from Khaled, who was there with a shotgun bandolier around his waist, running them out. Khaled was named. His original name was Malik Rushadin. He was given the name Khalid Abdul Muhammad because he was named after Khalid ibn Walid, who was a companion of the Prophet Muhammad, and he was called the Sword of Allah. Khalid was called the Sword of Allah.
Hey, thank you for the book of the day, brother.
Thank you, brothers.
Appreciate it. Hey, Dream, can we go to a quick 2-minute break?
Yes, sir.
Let's do a quick 2-minute break. We'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere. We coming back. We're gonna talk about my comments on the St. Pete Police Facebook page. And my wife always tell me, man, sit your no mind.
Reach your leads anywhere, anytime with GetZot Connector. As a marketer, you're always looking for new and innovative ways to reach your audience. However, with so many devices and social media platforms available, it can be a challenge to connect with your leads and potential customers effectively. This is where GetZot Connector app comes in. With our all-in-one marketing solution, you can engage with your leads on any device and through various channels quickly and easily. Let's take a closer look at how GetZot Connector can help you connect with your customers, improve response rates, and grow your business. GetZot Connector is a full-featured mobile app that connects you with your leads and customers through various channels like Phone Connect, voicemail drops, SMS, MMS, emails, and Facebook Messenger. This means you can engage with them on any device and through multiple channels, which is essential to effectively reach your audience in today's digital landscape. One of the best things about GetZot Connector is that it allows you to create multi-channel campaigns that are tailored to the specific needs of each subscriber. Your own AI bot to easily craft messages that resonate with your audience and increase response rates. Whether it's using Phone Connect to follow up with a lead, sending a personalized text message or email, or chatting with your customers on Facebook Messenger, GetZot Connector makes it easy to connect with your audience on multiple fronts. GetZot Connector also includes powerful data analysis tools that help you track user engagement, measure how your campaigns are performing, and get insights on what content resonates with your audience. This gives you the valuable data you need to tweak your campaigns so that they're even more effective in the future. Some common questions and objections we hear about GetZot Connector include: Question: is it easy to use? GetZot Connector is designed with ease of use in mind. Our app is user-friendly and intuitive, and our team is always available to help with any questions you may have. Question: is GetZot Connector expensive? Our pricing plans are reasonable and flexible, making it easy for businesses of all sizes to use our platform. Question:
oh man, we back in it, y'all. So man, let's go right into this story, y'all. So St. Pete Police Facebook page put a article out about a SWAT raid on a home off Palm Avenue North, and they said it was a suspected drug house, and they were selling weed. My comment on the pages was, because it got a lot of reaction, my comment on the St. Pete Police Department page was, we still focusing on traps when they selling all the weed in the smoke shops now? which garnered a lot of attention and eventually led to me being called a snitch, which was hilarious to me because the Muslim brother who called me the snitch would not dare come in this studio. We closed his door. He's not gonna say that. But we don't even have to go to that. I kind of had to go in on him. But the main aspect of what I was saying was we high profiling kicking in traps because young black men are in there. Then it was a conversation where they had illegal guns. So we high profile that, but when you go into the smoke shops, what? Let me run a list.
Mm-hmm.
You got weed, ounces, lean, promethazine, with and without codeine. They got the edibles. They got the stems, which the junkies use to smoke crack.
Yep.
The roses, digital scales, the baggies for you to bag up your weed. They got all these things that when you walk out of this place and get in your car, it's now considered a misdemeanor or a felony.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't look at these as traps. We don't look like we targeting the young black men still, but we ain't looking at these as traps.
Yes, sir.
And my argument was really, bro, I had to go into him because I feel like the Arab community in our community, they have found a very unique leverage to sponsor everything that we'll spend money on. From the corner stores, which was taken over from the Asian, wasn't no Arabs on it, the Chinese people on the stove. Then it transferred over. To the sports gambling. A lot of them are sleeping with your young daughters because as soon as they walk, they excuse my language, old folks, but they're the biggest tricks in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And they're targeting your young kids, not just they from high school on up. They flirting with all the black women that walk in there. Now we transition into we got the gambling machine in the back in the cut in the stove. You can't even walk through the aisle because Auntie's sitting there playing all her money on the the slots in the stove.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have a unique opportunity. I mean, a unique placement to make money off the black community. And I feel like the smoke shops is y'all going too far. Even child care. Because our black women, some of them spend a third of their income on child care. So they went into that business. But the smoke, why I say that is because, man, let's go past all the Reddit, all that, man. I can't, because I ain't go argue over traps. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But as I said in this man's inbox, brother, you cannot go to Salat on Fridays. Take y'all day and go and pray. Go cleanse yourself and go pray. Fellowship with your brothers and come back and open up the store and sell lean and weed to the kids in the community.
Come on. King Jab, please say that again for us.
This is how I ended it. I said, brother, you cannot go on Friday and make salat and pray and fellowship and then come back and open up the storefront and sell the lean and the weed. Like, you can't do that. Of course, I didn't get a response out of them, but that's where I had to really go with it because I think that just goes. I mean, if we're going to have a debate, let's just go from there.
The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which means the prayers and the peace of Allah be upon him, once said that what you did for that brother, King Jab, was the greatest thing a brother could do for another brother. And what that is when he sees him in wrong, he calls him to right. He said the best thing you can be for your brother is a reflection of what your brother should be for you. In addition, when you shared that with me earlier today, there's a really good book called The Content of Character, Ethical Sayings of the Prophet Muhammad. And we hadn't had this conversation before this morning. But very briefly, Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said, never do in private what you would conceal from others in public. And I think that's what you were doing, Brother King Jab, is what you were saying was, no, what you're doing in public contradicts your testimony of faith. You can't think that that other person is a human being if you're treating them as if they're not.
And then, and then you like, bro, okay, on Friday you're wearing your garb, right? You wear your garbs,
right? You throw
and you in this back into the smoke shop. All right.
To call someone to call a brother who's trying to call you to righteousness, or to at least bring to your attention the wrong, a quote unquote snitch, first off, in the street is a very, very dangerous thing to do. Is because people who love King Jab will protect King Jab, and they will sacrifice themselves to protect King Jab. So first things first, is that's a very dangerous, unhealthy, unproductive thing to do. One point, and that's coming from your brother. Brother, this is coming from Brother Don. It's come from the intellectual gangster, and I'm telling you this straight up. It's very, very dangerous to put that kind of jacket on somebody, because there are repercussions for doing that. Now, that's part one. Part two is during Ramadan, the month of Ramadan. If a brother calls you to account to righteousness and you respond as if he's calling you to account for wrongness, then you're making evil fair seeming. You're doing exactly what the Kafirun did in the Quran. So just know this, that had we not, I'm quoting Allah in the Quran, had we not raised up men to repel men, surely the earth would have been overrun with unrighteousness. So just know that there are men who've been raised up to repel you. So be very careful in the way that you use your rhetoric toward my brother.
Hey man, appreciate that. Cause but shout out to my Uncle Jed. My name ain't on nobody paperwork, so that don't bother me, bro.
Right on.
Like I don't went into this system, man, and what they call ran cars, man. I done been thoroughly investigated by not only on the compound but by my wife.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the crucial of it all is I had to remove my comments. Why? Because when they wrote this up, they did not mention that these young men were also part of the supposedly, allegedly part of the shooting on 49th Street.
Bring us.
So I'm not in agreement with. I ain't in agreement with none of that. I just put in a retrospect. Let's flip the pancake back over. Y'all stop making us look bad in this media. And I'm gonna go into that further when I talk about Rod Wave, but I want to hit a few more stories.
15 minutes before the hour, you're listening to the Voice of the People, WJM 99.1, King Jab, the Voice of the People, 99 Jams, the Bird, Care Festa Radio. What do you got for us, King Jab?
Hey, man, listen. Y'all wasn't here when I hit on Diddy. But I've done some investigating, right?
All right.
I found the person that's going to really crack the case, dog.
Who's that?
And when we hear from this person, we ain't going to dwell too long, but I got the case cracker. When we hear from Farnsworth Bentley, it's over with, dog.
And when he go with the court, yeah.
The same thing Jermaine Dupri wore in the Super Bowl. When we hear from Farnsworth Bentley, I'm letting y'all know, man, listen, remember I said it. Speaking of Diddy, y'all listen. I always tell people, right? If a person continues to go back to jail, they like it there,
Mm,
and they ain't missing nothing on the street, right?
yes, sir.
Right? You ain't. You keep going back there. Obviously, what's on the street, you getting there, you enjoying your time a little bit too much.
Yeah, BG. Oh,
Let's talk about Kodak Black.
okay.
Oh
Here we go.
man.
Talking about he might shoot an old lady or shoot a baby before he rapes somebody. Bro, you like jail.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And I might agree, you might be the Florida. If you like jail, you might be trying to get you and making the band up the road. I'm just saying, Kodak. Bro, shut up.
Yeah, that was.
Hey, bro, you
Like-
just got out.
Yeah.
Man, just shut up.
Broward County
Like,
cats
man.
cannot shut up.
Man, bro, just shut up,
And
man.
the thing is this: I don't think Joe Biden is going to be selling pardons like Donald Trump was selling
Nah.
pardons. So I don't know, or the price just went up. If he go, if Smoking Joe gonna sell him, the price just went up.
Man, well, listen. Right now, they might sell everything. It's gonna be all auction this year.
Oh man, you see,
Listen,
King
we
Jack.
literally finna see a celebrity fight.
King Jab, did you see that they trying to implicate his brother Jim Biden in for some of the defrauding of healthcare with working with the Colombo crime brigade. I was telling my sons and I was telling Crystal, I said, listen, if you don't know who Jim Biden is, you don't know who the Irish Mafia is. And if you don't know who the Irish Mafia is, you know absolutely nothing about Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. You know absolutely nothing about that family if you don't know how the Irish mob works. Study Jimmy Coonan, study Mickey Spillane, study the Westies, and then study Wilmington, Delaware, study Scranton, Pennsylvania, and then study who Jim Biden is. He's a public figure. His brother's the president. So study.
Hey man, listen. All right, let's go into my final story, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta talk about what's going on with. First of all, let me say this. Shout out to the Lumen Image Project, and shout out to what we doing, us in the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, as being in a media space, the Weekly Challenger, the newspaper in Tampa,
Right.
all the black media spaces,
Yes,
man. Shout out to us because we get to show us in the way that we want to show us.
Right.
And when people write articles and put things out in the media, it could be very damaging to people. And I really, really, really don't like what they're doing with Rod, man.
Yeah.
Explain it to us, King James.
Okay, so I was gonna do this forward, but I'm gonna do it in reverse.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it in reverse, right? So basically, they trying to tie Rod Wave into the shooting that happened on 49th Street on Easter.
Okay.
A weekend of a lot of gun. Like, I'm looking for news, bro. Like, literally, I don't know if you heard me. I'm going through the news. I'm like, I gotta go out and find something other than guns violence.
Yes, sir.
And they trying to tie. So I'm gonna go backwards, like I said. So I'm gonna go to the first article, then I'm gonna go up, and I want you to listen to how these things are worded because it's very important, right?
Mm-hmm.
St. Pete rapper wrongfully arrested in aftermath of Easter shooting. Rod Wave, a rapper from St. Petersburg, was wrongfully arrested by Manatee Sheriff Office, a spokesperson confirms. According to records previously visible online, the rapper whose name is, ain't got to go through all that, was arrested on Wednesday morning and charged with possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. However, Rod Wave's legal team quickly labeled the arrest as incorrect. Not only was he not in possession of the ammunition, a basic check on public records would have easily demonstrated to the police that he was not a convicted felon.
Listen.
According to Melissa Conway, a spokesman for Manatee County Sheriff's Office, the arrest was made based on information provided by the St. Pete Police Department. I was later learned that the information provided of the convicted felon status was inaccurate and Green has since been released, Conway wrote in the statement. Rod Wave has still been investigated by the St. Pete police following a shooting outside the Sonic Sports and Lounge Bar on Easter Sunday. The shooting injured 4 people, and police charged multiple members who say they are members of a young gangsters gang that have been seen with the rapper since the summer of 2023. So far, I'm not going to say the name. There was a 20-year-old, a 21-year-old, a 24-year-old that's been arrested. The charges was attempted second-degree murder, carrying a concealed firearm, and delinquent in possession of a firearm. And those were the charges. So let me keep reading before I go into my say while the rapper is not being investigating, because listening to the words now, the rapper is not being investigated for the shooting itself. St. Pete police says that he's being investigated for what was seized during the drug raid because the homes are rented by the rapper on one of his businesses. The police seized 5 rifles, 5 handguns, ammunition, and more than $10,000 cash. I have not seen anything about any drugs. According to St. Pete police, the young gangsters were also driving a vehicle registered by Rod Wave's name or his record label's name. And the police are asking him for him to distance himself from these individuals. Before I go into my commentary, I'm going to read this next article because that was when I say I'm going to reverse, that was one of the last articles I seen.
Right, yes, sir.
This was the article that everybody else seen. Men with ties to Rod Wave linked to St. Petersburg shooting.
Yeah.
That rhetoric is a hell of a thing, ain't it? Yeah. That language used for the purpose of persuasion is a hell of a thing, ain't it?
This is what everybody else seen. The 3 men tied to the rapper Rod Wave landed behind bars after a shooting that injured 4 people on Easter.
King Jab, Mark Twain said that a lie can be running around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes.
Yeah, man. This is crazy because when you think about giving back.
Yes, sir.
And I think about young Rod. Him taking these young men on tour with him last summer was his way of giving back.
That's it.
Me, if I'm renting these houses, St. Pete got a housing crisis.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's other celebrities that rent homes and let people stay in them. This me me giving back. This me looking out for my homeboys. Man, I got this house over here, man. I don't worry about the rent. It's already a tax write-off. Y'all go stay up, bro. You know what I mean? I might come, I might not. You know what I mean? I got a house. I don't even really need these cribs. I just had them just in case. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I think in his thought process of giving back and looking out for the people that he loved, I don't like the way that our city and our police department is trying to paint him, bro. That's not right. That's not right, man. The article said clearly that y'all communicated with Manatee County. This is how they explain why you just so happen to get pulled over. Because St. Pete police told Manatee County Sheriff, hey, this man a convicted fella, pull him over. And they say they found ammunition in the car. So they blitzed this man from a phone call, but we didn't do the due diligence to see that his charge wasn't even a felon. So the man could have had a bazooka in there. It wasn't that, y'all.
Exactly.
But in the process of that, he's already been painted as a felon and a provider.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me key in on one more thing.
Go ahead.
I keep saying this because I want y'all to know the truth. President Obama made Joe Biden and Eric Holder go back and fix the crime law in the crack deal. It's one thing I can commend the man for. It wasn't Trump. We was coming home from crack law bill before the man even thought about presidency.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna walk them back.
I benefited from this bill. When I was speaking in the foundation, and I say Google me, and that document came up. That was my crack law motion that I came home from.
I was there. Yes, sir.
Okay, so with the process of them swapping that out and changing the crack laws, they enabled another law called the gang law. And under this gang law, this is what you currently see: Young Thug,
yes,
YFN, Lucci.
Right. Yes, sir.
YNW.
Okay, well, my bad. Them guys. Doing charges on. So when this articles start calling these men the young G, they're labeling them as a gang.
Yep.
And they're adding this man into this gang. Bro, we gotta be careful how y'all put this rhetoric out.
It's rhetoric.
Because y'all putting a charge on this man.
Yep.
And let's go back to the history of St. Petersburg.
Come on in now.
I'm a member of ex-con. I just buried one of my homeboys, man. We were indicted by the feds under the similar RICO situation. And it wasn't because we were just the biggest drug dealers in the city. I'm not going to say it wasn't that we were that. It was that we were doing wrong, and we were the biggest musicians, some of the biggest musicians in the city. So it was, you can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah. So being that you becoming big over here in the music, what you doing over here is going to be magnified because we got to take y'all down. Yeah. Federal agent told me if we'd have gave y'all 6 more months, we don't think we'd have been able to touch y'all because y'all had the money legally. And that's because they know the deals that we had on the table. Luciano clique.
Luciano family, yep.
Luciano family. Same thing in our city. St. Pete Police Department, in conjunction with the federal government, came and took these boys' legacy and their music careers. They're very talented. Everybody always thought that we had in beef, but if anybody really, really looked at it, 85% of the times that we performed, we both performed. It was always Luciano ex-con on all tickets. But I have to say that is because St. Pete has a history of attacking our musicians and our artists. If you love Rod Wave, man, pray for Rod, man.
Go ahead.
Lift the man up. We just got invaded. You turn off the laptop. If you love Rod, man, pay for Rod, man. Don't slander the man because just like Jabbar say, man, it can be your mug shot that they post next. So, hey, man, any last words for you, brother?
No last words, man. This has been the Voice of the People, 99.1 FM, WJM. Join us next week, same time, same channel. That is same time, same channel. Make sure you call us in, 727-637-2416. Get it all ready. Get it all lined up for King Jab, the Voice of the People. Thank you, King Jab, for taking us out on this one. Thank you, Y Dream. And this is the intellectual gangster, your brother Donnie. King Jab, the Voice of the People. Take us out.
Hey, I got to add one thing.
What's up?
Man, that dude on that video that turned his head and that was shooting, hey, boy. Hey.
Join us next week as we break down proper shooter etiquette on King Jab, the Voice of the People, 99.1 FM, WJM. We're out.
WUJM, St. Petersburg, 99 Jam.